They spent $800 million on 2 pizzas? The craziest Bitcoin stories you won't believe. Hey there, crypto enthusiasts and curious minds. Welcome back to the channel where we explore the most mind-blowing stories from the digital world. Today, we're diving into the wild world of Bitcoin. And trust me, you're not ready for what you're about to hear. Imagine buying a pizza and later discovering you spent the equivalent of a Beverly Hills mansion. Or accidentally throwing away a hard drive worth more than a fleet of Lamborghinis combined. These aren't movie plots. These are real stories that happen to real people in the Bitcoin universe. So buckle up, and let's jump into the most insane Bitcoin stories that will make your jaw drop. The legendary 10,000 Bitcoin pizza. Let me take you back to May 22nd, 2010, a day that would go down in crypto history as Bitcoin Pizza Day. A Florida programmer named Laszlo Hanyecz was hungry. But instead of just ordering a pizza like a normal person, he decided to make history. Laszlo posted on the Bitcoin Talk forum, "I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, like maybe 2 large ones." At the time, those 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $41. A British guy took the offer, ordered 2 Papa John's pizzas, and Laszlo got his dinner. Simple transaction, right? Wrong! Those same Bitcoins today would be worth, are you sitting down? Around $700 million. That's right. Laszlo essentially paid $350 million per pizza. Talk about an expensive topping. That's not just the most expensive pizza in history. That's the most expensive food ever consumed by a human being. To put this in perspective, for the price of those 2 island in the Caribbean, and his own personal space program. But here's the twist. When asked if he regrets his purchase, Laszlo simply said, "Someone had to start it." This guy is either the most zen human on the planet, or he's mastered the art of hiding pain behind a smile. What's even more fascinating is that Laszlo wasn't just some random Bitcoin enthusiast. He was actually one of the early contributors to Bitcoin's development. He was the first person to adapt Satoshi's code for Apple's operating system and pioneered GPU mining, which revolutionized how Bitcoin was created. The $800 million hard drive in a landfill now. If you thought the pizza story was painful, wait until you hear about James Howells, the man who accidentally threw away $800 million. In 2013, James was cleaning his home in Newport, Wales, when he accidentally tossed out an old hard drive. No big deal, right? Wrong again. That hard drive contained the private keys to 8,000 Bitcoin that he had mined in the early days of crypto. At today's value, that's approximately $800 million sitting somewhere under piles of garbage in a Welsh landfill. Imagine knowing exactly where your fortune is. It's just buried under thousands of tons of trash. It's like the world's worst treasure hunt. X marks the spot, but X is covered in yesterday's diapers and rotten food. For over a decade, James has been fighting with the local Newport City Council for permission to dig up the landfill. He even offered them more than $70 million for the chance to search for his digital gold. But the council keeps saying no, citing environmental concerns and the costs of excavation. In a plot twist that sounds like something from a movie, James recently announced he's considering buying the entire landfill. Talk about commitment to the cause. The saddest part? Without the private key stored on that hard drive, those Bitcoins are locked away forever. It's like having a billion-dollar safe with no combination. So next time you're about to throw something away, maybe, just maybe, check if it contains the keys to a digital fortune first. From zero to heroes. Bitcoin millionaire stories. Not all Bitcoin stories end in tears and regret. Let's look at some people who actually managed to hold on to their digital gold and become millionaires. First up, we have Vitalik Buterin, the wunderkind who discovered Bitcoin at age 17. While most teenagers were obsessing over video games, Vitalik was writing articles about Bitcoin for 5 Bitcoin per piece, which seemed like pocket change at the time. But Vitalik wasn't satisfied with just writing about crypto. He went on to create Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency in the world. Talk about an overachiever. While your high school valedictorian was getting into a good college, Vitalik was casually inventing a trillion-dollar financial ecosystem. Then there's Christopher Koch, a Norwegian engineer who spent $27 on Bitcoin in 2009 while researching encryption for his thesis. He bought 5,000 Bitcoin and then completely forgot about them. 4 years later, when Bitcoin hit the news, he suddenly remembered his investment. Imagine checking an old account and finding out your $27 had turned into over $1 million. That's like finding a winning lottery ticket in your winter coat pocket, except you don't even remember buying the ticket. Koch cashed out enough to buy a luxury apartment in Oslo, proving that sometimes the best investment strategy is accidental amnesia. And we can't forget Changpeng Zhao, known as CZ, who sold his apartment in 2013 to go all in on Bitcoin. His friends probably thought he was crazy. Well, who's laughing now? CZ went on to found Binance, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, and became a multi-billionaire in the process. While you were trying to save a few bucks on your coffee, these people were quietly becoming the new financial elite. It's like they found a money cheat code for the game of life. For bizarre Bitcoin. Facts that will blow your mind now. Let's dive into some of the strangest facts about Bitcoin that will make your brain do a double take. First off, the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, is still anonymous. That's right. Nobody knows who created the trillion-dollar asset that's revolutionizing finance. It could be one person, a group of cryptographers, or maybe even your quiet neighbor who never makes eye contact. There are more theories about Satoshi's identity than there are about who shot JFK. If Satoshi showed up at a Bitcoin conference today, nobody would believe them. Did you know that the first Bitcoin block, known as the Genesis block, contained a hidden message? Satoshi embedded a headline from the Times newspaper, "Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." Talk about making a statement. While creating a new financial system, Satoshi was also throwing shade at the old one. Here's another mind-blower. Approximately 20% of all Bitcoin, worth hundreds of billions of dollars, is believed to be lost forever. Forgotten passwords, discarded hard drives, lost paper wallets. It's a digital gold rush, where a fifth of the treasure is permanently locked away. And get this, the first person to receive Bitcoin from Satoshi was Hal Finney, who lived just a few blocks away from a man named Dorian Nakamoto, who was once mistakenly identified as Bitcoin's creator. Coincidence? Conspiracy? The crypto world loves a good mystery. So there you have it, the most insane, jaw-dropping stories from the wild world of Bitcoin. From 800 million pizzas to fortunes buried in landfills, from accidental millionaires to mysterious creators. Bitcoin has given us some of the craziest financial tales of our generation. The question is, what opportunities are you missing right now that could be worth millions tomorrow? Are you going to be the next person with an amazing Bitcoin story, or will you be telling your grandkids about how you almost bought Bitcoin back in the day? If there's one lesson from all these stories, it's that innovation and risk can lead to incredible rewards or spectacular failures. But either way, they make for amazing stories. Which of these Bitcoin tales shocked you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that notification bell to catch all our future crypto content.